She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
It is Coach Erica, China T. I am here for our next development in Never Date Just One. We want to continue this journey to get you all to get the ladies to a healthy place, a mind state that they can properly roster date and be able to get to their one so that they can fulfill the happiness and the void that they've been feeling when it comes to love. So thank you for tuning in again. I am Coach Erica, also Arthur China T. I've been a certified coach for a number of years, been an author for a number of years. So all the information that I bring you is true and tried by myself, is true and tried by my clients, as well as things that I've educated and learned throughout the process of being a coach. But before I became a coach, I was a case manager. So I've always been dealing with lives in some sort. I didn't just pop up on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook and decide to be able to provide this information. I've actually been doing this for over 2 decades. So let's jump into it. Yesterday we ended on a note of feminine energy and talking about how women need to get back into their feminine energy, the things that takes them out of their feminine energy. And the biggest thing that takes them out was women doing everything on their own, not knowing how to delegate, don't want to ask for help, or maybe are afraid to ask for help, or just have people around them that they know that just won't help them. So and then on top of again, trying to do everything by yourself, pay all your bills, take care of everybody around you, neglecting your self-care, not prioritizing yourself. That's what leads to those chips on your shoulder. And then it also leads to the deep-seated anger. And then it also ultimately leads to bad dating experiences because you're taking what goes on in your life into your dating experiences, and it has nothing to do with the men that you choose to date. So we're going to learn how to get back to our feminine energy. And in that feminine energy, women have to get back to the place of being women. I know you got that book from Steve Harvey that said act like a man, something like that. We should have never got that. We've never needed to act like men. We're women. We're soft. We're nurturers. Okay. What only thing that we can do from a man is learn from a man. And in learning from a man is we have to look at their actions and how they present themselves in relationships, how they're not faithful, how they don't never choose a number one, they choose many, how they roster dating, they've been doing it from the beginning of the time. That is what we should have learned from them, because they're teaching us. Men are teachers. If we go by a woman came from a man's rib, then that means that he has to carry us around and teach us or make sure that we're good, right? So in that essence, since we're going to sit there, because I know a lot of you all stay there, we're going to learn from them. And in learning from them, if we saw them do the complete opposite of what we were trying to do, because what we were trying to do was love. We was trying to love beyond money, love beyond extreme circumstances, accept them for who they are. If we actually took a page out of their book, you've not known to this day no man that has accepted a woman as she was and then continued to love her as she continued to be herself without asking her to change for the benefit of him. So with that being said, it's time for us to go back to our place as women. No, we can't be dictators. No, we can't be authoritators. No, we can't be fathers. No, we can't be homeboys. No, we can be women that sit in our place as women, that speak when spoken to, that only react when need to, but understand the importance of silence. Women who know that the loudest person in a room is quiet. The thoughts that carry the most action are thoughts that nobody else knows about. The plans that go on to plan are plans that are made in silence. Women know how to shut their mouths. They know how to be seen and not heard. And they also don't talk to men any kind of way. And let me tell you why. Feminine women understand that talking to a man like a man will get them no results. So screaming at them, asking them to do stuff more than once, talking to them any kind of way, telling them that you act like this person or you act like this or you remind me of that. Feminine women don't do that. Feminine women have nothing to compare this man to except himself. So basically, if he doesn't do it, then that feminine woman knows that there's somebody else who will. So that's why she is not screaming at him and talking at him and telling him what to do more than once. Because a woman who understands her power as a woman in her place and knows that she's a prize, knows that if he doesn't want this prize anymore, there is somebody else who will be able to get this prize, love this prize, and do everything that they need to do to keep this prize. The same way that she in his life is based on how he feels, he in her life is based on what he does, not how she feels. Remember, feminine women don't use their feelings to make decisions. They use actions to make decisions. They go back to a place of watching and learning. They can listen because words carry, but actions don't match words. And now you sound like it's like you're a deaf mute, because you are down deaf to the words, mute to all of that, but you can see the actions. And feminine women know that if actions don't match words or actions don't match anything, then they're not going anywhere with that person. This person is not the best person for them, because I'm not going to be taken out of my peace to scream at you and ask you more than once to do something. No, because if you can't do it, then it's already understanding that what you won't do, someone else will. Example, you're talking to one of the guys on your roster. You call up Darius. Hey Darius, I need you to send me over $200 because I need to go ahead and get some brakes on my car. They just went out. It's giving me a problem. Darius say, now you haven't slept with Darius. Darius has been a great listener thus far, but you haven't slept with Darius. So you figured that his hesitation to want to give you these funds is just a result of him not being able to get his needs met. You really don't know what it is. At this point, you've asked Darius for the $200, and he's actually acting slow to respond and acting as if he doesn't have it. And that's cool. So then this is how you follow it. He says, okay, well, you know what? Let me see what I can do for you. And then he said, I'm going to call you back. Okay, that's fine. He said he can see what he can do, and he's going to call back. We're going to allow him at least, depending on how fast you need this money, you're going to allow him at least 10 hours. That's the least. I could have said 24, but no, we're gonna give him 10 hours to make it happen. Because men can make things happen. I need y'all to understand this. This is why you need to stay in your place as a feminine woman. Men make things happen. If this man is unable to make it happen, you go to the next man for him to make it happen. You do not do it yourself. You need the $200. Yes, you probably have the $200, but you're standing in the place of feminine energy and standing in the place of a woman. So women ask men for help. We need to learn how to ask men and not have any remorse, even though the $200 is sitting in our bank account or could be sitting in our wallet. We still need to learn how to ask, because we're not doing everything ourselves anymore. That's why our chips are on our shoulder and we're so upset and think we don't need anybody, because we forgot how to ask for help. But we need help. So he says he's going to see what he can do. 10 hours done went by. You haven't texted, aggravated him. You're not going to do that, because you know that you have to ask him one time. If he's ready to go, then he's ready to go. Ask him one time, though. We're not going to badger him. 10 hours have went by. Darius has not called back, text back, has not gave you any sign that he is going to give you those $200, and you're not going to get upset. Nor are you going to cut him off the roster. That would be too easy. That's what he's expecting you to do. Absolutely not. So then you're going to go over to Trey. Say, hey Trey, I need to get $200. I got to get these brakes on my car fixed or whatever. No problem. You know Trey don't have a problem with that. Trey say, oh, that's not a problem. I'm gonna Apple pay you the $200. Trey sends you the $200 without a problem. He hasn't slept with you either, but he is not placing a woman's value on if he sleeps with her. That's what Trey doesn't do. His value comes from from a different place, but he knows that you need help. So Trey actually likes the fact that you even came to him for the help. So he appreciates that. He gives you the money without a problem. A week passes by. Darius has not called you or texted you, and then all of a sudden out the blue, Darius reaches out. Hey Tammy, what's going on? I hope everything's been all right. The old Tammy would have said, the old Tammy would have cursed him out first and then blocked him without him responding. That's what the old Tammy, because she would have been in reacting off emotions. She would have been coming from a masculine place of energy, because she has been holding on to this anger for a week about something that was already taken care of by somebody else. This is what women do. because the man is not taking care of something, and because he is the only option that she has, he is the only egg in her basket. When he doesn't do, she gets upset, so she feels like she has to curse him out, thereby removing her from her place as a woman, putting her in a place as a masculine, angry man. That's why I'm giving y'all this example. Now, Tammy, instead of her cursing Darius out and blocking Darius is surprised when he gets a text back from Tammy. Hey Darius, I hope everything's been going good. And she doesn't go into asking him, what about those $200? She doesn't bring it up at all. So now Darius is kind of confused because he knows the last time he talked to Tammy, she needed $200 and he didn't come through. Matter of fact, he had ghosted and got missing. This is what Darius knows. Tammy doesn't know he's thinking like this, but this is how he's thinking. But Tammy knows she has the advantage because she doesn't have an attitude. She's not angry, and she can't thereby change what she can't change. It is what it is. Moreover, Trey took care of the problem. So what would she be angry for? So Darius say, okay, well, last time we talked, I know I told you I was gonna get back with you. I know you needed help. Did you get that taken care of? And Tammy's gonna be honest. Well, actually, yes. I asked another guy friend, someone else that I'm dating, and he was able to give it to me without a problem, so I was able to take care of it before the weekend was over. Not Darius heard something completely different. Because in the beginning, Darius thought he was Tammy's only option. Now, Tammy never kept it a secret that she wasn't dating other people. However, because she always seemed to be readily available when Darius reached out, Darius assumed that he was the only one she was dating. That was his assumption. And he never asked her, hey Tammy, am I the only one you're still dating right now? So when Tammy told him that she had got the problem solved, and it was taken care of, and it had been about a week since it was taken care of, Darius was kind of in awe. Probably trying to figure out where he missed the signs. So she didn't curse him out. So Darius, okay, they continued their conversation. And the conversation ended with Tammy saying that she had needed to give him a call back. She was kind of busy and she would give him a call later. That's where it was. Tammy had no intentions on giving him a call later. But the last thing that she remembered Darius telling to her was that he would call her back and he would give her a call later. After he said that he would see what he could do. Well, he never gave her that call later. So Tammy, remember I told y'all about returning the actions, but not returning the energy. The energy that Darius gave Tammy was that he wasn't going to be there for her. The energy that Tammy gave Darius was that she is not going to get mad if he did not want to be there for her. She did not get mad. The action that Darius gave Tammy was he'll give her a call back. The action that Tammy gave Darius, she'll give him a call back, and she didn't. You see how the actions match, but the energy didn't change? Tammy doesn't have to change her energy. She doesn't have to step out of her place as a woman, out of her feminine energy, to appease to Darius and his inability to help her in her time of need when another man did. There is no reason to be mad at Darius. She sees Darius for who he is. His full deck is shown brightly. The mask has fell off his face. So she sees Darius as good for the conversation. That's it. Because that's what she liked him in the beginning. So instead of her cutting him off her roster because he couldn't help her, knowing that Trey helps her, she's going to keep him on the roster. His red flags are raising high and flying. They're bright as hell. So she's going to remember that he didn't help her. That is a negative to him. But she's going to continue to enjoy the conversation and the dates because she is being treated like a woman. And in the end, she knows that Darius is not the man for her. Her decision is already made. But is she going to tell him that it's not her place as a woman to give him a notification? Hey, at the end of 6 months, when I'm tired of dating you, I'm going to cut you off. He doesn't need to know that because he wouldn't tell her. He would just cut her off. You don't need to give him an announcement or a notification that he's about to be kicked to the curb. He kind of figured that out, or he should have figured that out when you told him that another man did what you asked him to do. And if he had not figured that out, it has nothing to do with you as a woman. You stay in your place. You don't argue. You don't yell. You don't call him out his name. You don't tell him what he needs to do. He is a man. He knows what he needs to do. He knows that your needs was based on you getting your breaks done. That was a need. He ignored your need and did not care if it got fulfilled. So now you're going to ignore his needs and never care if they're fulfilled. Because guess what? He has shown you his true colors. You believed it the first time. Now, if Tammy takes Darius back and say, oh, it's no problem, Darius, and she starts trusting him again and gets back to that place where she feels like she can possibly maybe cut Trey off when it's time, and then maybe think that Darius gonna be there, or choose Darius off the roster after what he's shown her, then Tammy's gonna be in for a rude awakening. That's gonna be Tammy's fault, though. It's not gonna be Darius. She's not gonna be able to break up with Darius and come to me as her friend and say, I broke up with him because he wouldn't help me. Because I'm gonna say, as a friend, remember, damn, Tammy, remember in the beginning when you had asked him for $200 and he wouldn't help you? Why'd you think it was gonna change? That's the type of person I am. I got to bring it back to the forefront, because I don't care if Tammy had slept with him, Tammy had sucked him off, Tammy did whatever. If he already showed his true colors, as a woman, you were supposed to stay in your place and believe it. Not go put on a damn discovery boots like a man and go figure out if that's the truth. That has nothing to do with you. He's already showed you his true colors. You believe it the first time and get yourself up and walk away to protect your heart, so that you can stop blaming everybody for the things that you ignore in these men, and blame yourself, because it starts with you. Now, next to the feminine energy, you're going to have to relearn your place as a woman. Women do not yell, do not ask for things more than once. They do not down talk, they do not belittle, they do not name call, they do not threaten. They make promises, and they are silent promises. They give no notifications on what their next move is, because they already know what their next move is. They're just gonna move. The person who needs notification will know when the move has been made. Stay in your place as a woman. It is going to help you attract the best man for you, with your feminine energy, with you knowing your needs, with you self-evaluating yourself. All of these things can only make you go up. Remember I said vibrations go up, because the old version of you is down here. And the men that are down there don't want nothing to do, or are not going to help you rise. But the men that are up here, and we're trying to get your vibrations higher so that you can attract the right men to where you need to be. You keep attracting the bottom of the barrel because you're still thinking and acting and living like the bottom of the barrel. It starts with the way you think. Then it also concludes with the way you handle yourself and teach others how to handle you. I cannot, he cannot, they cannot respect what you do not respect yourself. So again, stay in a woman's place. Stay in your feminine energy. Understand that your needs are important, but know what your needs are. And these things will lead to a better roster dating experiences, so that you don't have anything that makes you believe that you are not worthy for the love that you know that you deserve. And even if you don't want the love, if you know that you deserve to be taken care of, then that's what we're going to run with. But it only starts with the way you think. Because if you don't think that you deserve it, then you're not going to get it. You have to think that you deserve it, and you have to move in those ways of those who are deserving. And those women who are deserving stay in their womanly place. They are feminine. They don't yell. They don't talk hard. They don't curse out. They don't aspire to do any of that. They aspire to be women in their place. Tune in for our next lesson tomorrow. Never date just one, sis. And remember, if you got to ask him more than one time, then he got to go. Because it's somebody else who will do it the first time that you need it done.